Hello everyone, welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. In this session, we will learn about stacks and queues in data structures. But before we begin, make sure that you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon to never miss an update from Simplilearn. Now without further ado, let's get started with the agenda for today's discussion. So at first, we will discuss what exactly is a stack. Followed by that, we will go through some of the examples on stack. Then, we will learn the application of stacks. Followed by that, we will enter into what is queue. Then, we will understand some of the basic examples of queue. Then, we will understand the types of queue and we will go through the applications of queue. And finally, we will wrap up this session by understanding the fundamental differences between stacks and queues. I hope I made myself clear with the agenda. Now let's get started with our first topic, that is, what is a stack? So, to define stack in a more generalized way, we can consider stack as a linear data structure that follows LIFO order or last in, first out order. Or another way of putting it down is first come, last out order. So, some of the basic operations that can be performed on stack are insertion and deletion, and that can be done only at the end, which is called as the top of the stack. Now, let us understand the basic operations on stack. So, the three fundamental operations that can be applied onto a data structure like stack are push, pop, and peek. So, the push operation involves inserting a new element from the top of the stack. The pop operation involves removing the element from the top of the stack. And finally, the peek operation, which returns the topmost element from the stack without removing the element from the stack. Now we shall go through some generalized examples of stack. So some of the generalized examples of stack are, you can see a stack of books here and a stack of utensils, stack of coins and stack of dollars or bills. Now, let us go through a practical example based on stack in data structures. We shall be using C programming language for this particular example. So, you can see that on my screen I have an example for stack data structure. Don't worry about the code. This code will be attached in the description box below and you can always have access to it. And you can run the same code in your personal system so that you have a deeper and better understanding of the program. Now, let's quickly run this program. So there you go. You can see the program is getting executed now. So you can see that the program got successfully executed and the elements are being inserted into the stack. Now the elements are A, B, and finally the elements are popped back again, that is B, A, and the last element that is popped away from the stack is A. And you can see that the stack is currently empty, so top is pointing to -1. Now with that, let's get back to the presentation again. Now let us understand some of the applications of stack. So one of the applications of stack is function call or recursion. The recursive function call is also known as the called stack. Whenever a function is called, then the function goes to the top of the stack. Now another important application of stack is expression conversion. There are three types of notations, that is prefix notation, infix notation, and postfix notation. So these particular notations can be taken care by using stacks in real time. Now the next one is checking parentheses. Stack is used to check if the given parentheses are balanced or not. Sometimes if you forget to add a parenthesis, then the compiler will throw an error. So using stack, this can be found if there are balanced parentheses used in your program or not. Balanced parentheses means opening and closing brackets are of the same type. That means if you have two open flower brackets, then you need to have two closed flower brackets. It should not be unequal. It should be completely equal to complete the code segment. Now another application of stack is expression evaluation. Stack can be used to evaluate the expressions. As you can see here, we have an expression that is 6 plus 2 star 3 minus 12 divided by 4. Now this particular expression will be evaluated based on the precedency table. So the stack is used to check the precedence, and then the expression gets evaluated into the result, which is 21 right over here. Now another application is the Tower of Hanoi. Tower of Hanoi is a mathematical puzzle which consists of 3 rods and n number of discs of different diameters. All the discs are placed on one rod, one over the other, and in ascending order of size, similarly into a cone-shaped tower. Now we will enter into the next segment where we will discuss about queues. So what exactly is a queue? A queue is a linear data structure that follows the FIFO order, that is the first in, first out, whereas stack followed first in, last out. So this is one of the fundamental difference between stacks and queues. So we'll be discussing those in the next section. For now, let's continue with the operations on queue. The queue is an ordered list in which insertion is done at one end, that is called rear, and deletion is done at another end, which is called front. The operations on queue are enqueue operation that adds a new item to the queue. If the queue is complete, then there is an overflow condition. Dequeue operation is the operation which deletes an item from the queue, and if the queue is empty, then there is an underflow condition thrown as an exception. Now let us understand some of the basic examples of queue. You can consider the patients at hospital registration, and you can also consider an example of customers making use of ATM. Now let us understand the types of queue. So there are basically 3 types of queues. Those are circular queues, doubly ended queues, and priority queues. Now let us understand the circular queue. In a circular queue, the last element points to the first element to form a circular link. Circular queue is also known as ring buffer. Insertion is done at the rear and deletion is done at the front, as discussed before. Now we will go through the doubly ended queue. In doubly ended queue, both insertion and deletion can be done at both rear and front of the queue. Now the last one, the priority queue. In the priority queue, the nodes have same predefined priority. Insertion can be done as the arrival of the nodes. Node having the least priority will be the first node removed from the queue. Now we will go through a general practical example of queues, and then we will go through the applications of queues. Now on my screen you can see an example for queues. Don't worry about the code. This code will be attached in the description box below, and you can always have access to it and learn executing this on your own system. So without further ado, let's start to execute this code. So you can see that the code got successfully executed, and the terminal is asking for us to give an operation. So the first one is to insert an element into the queue. Second one is to delete an element, and the third one is to display the elements in the queue, and the fourth one is to quit. Let's insert. So now let us insert an element into the queue, that is 10. Now let's try to display the elements in the queue. For that I need to select the option number 3. And there you go, the queue has element number 10. Now let's try to delete that element. For that we might have to choose the second option. So you can see that the element got deleted from the queue, and the element deleted from the queue is 10. And you have another choice now. So let's try to quit it now. For that I need to select the option 4, because we have seen how to insert, view, and delete the element. Let's not make further delay, and let's quickly enter into the next part of our session, that is the application of queues. So the first application of queue is breadth first search. Breadth first search, or BFS, traverses a graph in a breadthward direction and uses a queue to remember the next node to start a search. The second application is level order traversal in tree. Level order traversal processes all the nodes of a tree by depth. First the root, then the children of the source. Next one is first come, first serve CPU scheduling. First come, first serve FCFS is an operating system algorithm that works on queued requests and implements them according to their arrival. Now the Fibonacci heap. Fibonacci heap is a data structure that implements priority queue operations consisting of the collection of heap order trees. Now our last segment, that is the comparison between stack and queue. So at first, both stack and queue are linear data structures, and stack follows last in, first out, whereas queue follows first in and first out. And when you're considering stack, the insertion takes place at the top and deletion takes place from the top as well. Whereas when it comes to stack, the insertion starts from rear, but deletion or elimination of the element from the queue starts from the front. In stacks, the insert operation is called as push and deletion process is called as pop. In queues, the insertion is called as NQ and deletion is called as DQ. In stacks, we mainly maintain one pointer to access the list, that is called top, which always points to the last element present in the list. In queues, we maintain two different pointers. The first one is the front pointer, which always points to the front element or the first element inserted in the list. And the next one is the rear pointer, which always points to the rear or the last element inserted into the list. Stack is used in solving problems that work on recursion, whereas queue is used in solving problems having sequential processing. So these are the fundamental differences between stacks and queues. With that, we have come to an end of this tutorial on stacks and queues. If you have any queries regarding the topics discussed in this particular tutorial, or if you are in need of the course executed in this particular tutorial, then please feel free to let us know in the comment sections below, and our team of experts will be happy to resolve all your queries. Until next time, thank you, stay safe, and keep learning.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.